making a purchase.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh. What business do you have here?
Sir, please do not be off-put by my simple attire. I am here at the behest of Mrs. Hall.
Mrs. Hall! You are in her employ? Oh, you must be new. I don't recall seeing you the last time I paid a visit, and if I do say so myself, I did not forget you.
Very recently in her service, sir, and sent here on an errand to fetch a fur boa.
She has exquisite taste, and she does tend to favor brown. Now then, how shall Mrs. Hall pay for this? On her husband's account? Or...
Yes. I do have a note here, assigned by Mrs. Hall, authorizing the use of Mr. Hall's account.
Oh, very good. I shall make a note of it.
Brown Martin from Paris, France. Ooh, I think it suits me just fine, wouldn't you agree? I didn't think that Mr. Lech would be so quick to verify the purchase, and surely Mrs. Hall had better things to do than worry herself over some trifle.
Miss Agnes Ryan, you stand accused of forgery and obtaining false goods under false pretenses. How do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor. It was all just a horrible misunderstanding, sir. I did not purchase the item from Mr. Lech. It was sold to me from another woman, from Hastings. This other woman, I've forgotten her name, but I purchased it in good faith. She said she was on her way to the United States. She must be the real criminal here.
It, Mr. Lech has sworn an affidavit that you were the one who committed fraud, and your only alibi has conveniently left town. This does little to persuade me of your innocence.
Your Honor, I throw myself at your feet. Please, take pity on a poor Irish servant girl, one who is so inadequately equipped to understand the so very complicated ways of the laws and the courts. I'm all alone in this world, Your Honor. A wise and important man like yourself. Surely you can find it in your heart to bless this wretched soul with a small measure of God's mercy.
I do answer to a higher calling, Miss Ryan, I do. My wife! 6 months hard labor in the Peterborough County Jail. Next case.
Robert Henderson. 17 he was, believed to be the youngest person ever to be hanged in Canada. Now, where we're standing is called Free Ground. Oh, you won't see his name on a monument. No, you won't see it on a marker. No, you won't see it anywhere. But he's buried right in here. In fact, here, one of you lot might be standing on him. Anyway, he took an axe and he just... Oh, speak of the devil. I'll let him tell you himself. Hello, Robert.
Hello, Ellis.
Here, I'll just tell these people about you.
What about, mate?
How'd you get started on a life of crime?
I started stealing whenever I could.
Go on.
I got caught.
Oh, I don't think you was very good at it.
I thought I was. I'd saved up a tidy little sum. Met some people in jail. They said Canada was the land of opportunity. 16, I booked my passage on a boat. Over I came. Had a room about 2 old spinsters who tucked away some money in their house. Sisters they was. The place they lived in was named after them. It was the Old Maid's Corner.
How nice.
Next morning I decided to pay him a visit. There was an axe resting up against the woodpile near the front door. So I pick it up, figuring they're going to tell me where the money is. Second I walk in, oldest one, sitting in a chair, starts screaming her bloody head off. So I hit her with the blunt end of the axe. Next thing you know, I get caught by the Havelock police chief and charged with attempted murder. 32 days later, The one I hit on the head dies. Now I'm charged with murder.
You don't strike me, no pun intended, as the axe murdering type.
So I get examined by the Dr. Clark from the insane asylum in Toronto. You can ask Miss Jenny Hunter over there all about him. And he says I'm not insane, but a moral imbecile who can't tell right from wrong. He says I should be kept away from society or being examined and treated for what's wrong with me. So, judge calls the jury back in, says they can find me guilty of murder with a strong plea for mercy. He says he'll pass on the recommendation with one of his own. So, they find me guilty, figuring I'm not going to the gallows, but his recommendation said nothing about mercy. And that's how I met the likes of you.
Oh, I admired you that day. I mean, most people, as soon as we get to that first step, oh, their legs get all wobbly, they start kicking and screaming and crying. I have to grab some of them, drag them to the top of the scaffold. That's the worst part of me job. How about you? You just walked up there, nerves of steel. How'd you do it?
Thanks to Reverend Davidson. He brought me back to the church and to God. God gave me strength.